All right, guys, so bear with me because today I was kind of revisiting this set of Valentina, and when I went to color grade this shot, I thought about, maybe explore something new compared to what I did before. But I remembered when I worked on it before, it's such an ideal example of what color perception can do to you when we talk about color grading. Now, one thing I hear a lot is people tell me, Nino, I don't understand color grading. I don't get it. I don't know how to do it, is what people tell me. And then others who are really, really into color grading say they can't even explain why they like what they like. They just do. So I want to talk a little bit about perception, about the perception of what color over an image can be. This is a little bit abstract, but it might, maybe, just potentially, give you something to kind of think about and maybe change your perception a little bit, maybe change your awareness of color. I don't know. All right, let's talk about the shot for a moment. I'm going to go ahead and bust out a selective color adjustment layer. We're going to have that at the ready. Now, look at the shot. It is dominated by grays and then basically oranges, if you will, something like reds and yellows. The hair, the skin tone, obviously lips, and then the skin coming through the outfit as well. But really, it's almost a monochrome image. Not monochrome in the grayscale sense, but monochrome, singular color. And because of that, it's everything you do to it will radically affect it. Now, some people will look at this shot and think, no, I need the neutral grays and I want everything else. You know, maybe I'll do some enhancing on that. I want neutral gray. But regardless of what you prefer, which is really the sort of benchmark of a good color grade, is what you like, what your brain sees that you then share with those who look at your image. When you have so much neutral, especially a dark gray like this, every change you make to your color grade will be radically noticed. But this is where we're going to talk about perception. So for example, on the selective color, if we go to blacks, which is where it's set on already, if we were to pull it to the left and you get reds, pretty obvious that it's red, right? And if you move it to the right, you get cyan. A couple of things, just a quick reminder as an aside, the way selective color works is additive and subtractive. So if I pull to the right, I add cyan, but you see it gets thicker and stronger. And if I pull to the left, I pull out cyan, thus showing red. It does vary a little bit, but it's additive and subtractive. Additive and subtractive. That's not entirely mathematically accurate, but that's the terms I use. So you remember that it's not a linear shift. It's kind of adding and subtracting. But the point is, let's say you take yellow out and you add blue. There it is. Pretty obvious what it is. Green, etc. But here's the thing. This is the first sort of perception. Now, I understand that you're watching a video and you're not seeing exactly what I'm seeing. But nonetheless, let's say I add magenta like that. Okay. Now, let me ask you a question. If you just saw the image for the first time, would you think that the jacket is magenta? All we did was roll in a little bit of magenta into the shadows. Let me ask you this. If I had a very subtle amount of green, would you think the jacket is green? Now, this is unfortunately going to be a very open-ended set of answers from everybody. A couple of things why I ask. Let's look at the green situation. If you look literally, then there's green everywhere, right? There's obvious green everywhere. But your brain does something interesting. It does its own sort of like conscious white balance, sort of, within reason. So you look at the gray areas, the dark gray, the blacks, and you see green. But as it goes into the midtones, it gets a little more neutral, okay? Because obviously we haven't done anything to that color-wise. We didn't go to neutrals. And then inside the eyes, in the shadows areas of the eyes, the dark areas, and in the hair, we see that green again. And our brain starts to see the dark areas of green as neutral because it aligns them together. It starts putting them together as a color cast. And we may, especially the more subtle we do it, right? If we do something like this, there you go. Now, almost everyone looking at this image will think, or will at least perceive, that this is a black or dark gray jacket and a dark or black gray outfit and purse and everything else. And it's just, they might not even notice the subtle green, right? And in some cases, if you did it extreme, let's put it on blue. In some cases, if you did it somewhat extreme like this, you still might get the feeling that the outfit is black because the rest of the shadow areas that are not supposed to be blue, like the shadows of the eyes and the shadows of the hair, your brain puts it all together and decides that potentially that's a neutral area. At the very least, it's a shadow area. And you're not thinking that is a blue jacket. Okay. Now, of course, you know, if you do extreme color grading or something like that, something really stylized, all bets are off. You don't know what's happening there. But you get what I'm trying to say here? when you do these subtle changes, your brain might still see a neutral area, even though it has color. And why is that important? Well, it's not something that I think you should consciously think about. But if you think to yourself, I want to grade this image, and maybe you come here to the neutrals and you start adding some, magenta and yellow, and you're like, but my jacket it's no longer neutral. Off and, give it a second. I don't know why it's locked up. There you go. Off and on. Off and on. You might think, but it's not neutral. So you might go through an outrageous effort to mask out the outfit and leave it neutral. And then you realize your grade may not look real. And sometimes I'll do that. I'll mask out the outfit to neutralize it a little, but I'll scale back that mask. It won't be 100%. It won't just be gray. It'll be a little bit, because maybe it's too much, right? But see, the point is, when you add these midtones, and even if you come back here to the shadows and then come back in and add some blue, something like that, you're telling a color narrative, if you will, with the grade, but you're still kind of coming across like it's a subject wearing a neutral black outfit. Because in my opinion, if you didn't see the before, there's the before. If you didn't see the before, this looks like a model wearing a black outfit. And that perception is very, very important, because your brain, like I said, puts together different sort of key elements of what it's looking at and tries to decipher what's happening. And again, if you masked out her or the jacket or the hair, then it wouldn't look quite as real. And I encourage you to try this on your own, especially with a selective color, because it's such an obvious adjustment layer. I'm going to go ahead and reset that. Let's say I go to the blacks again. I'm just going to throw in a green. Doesn't matter. No, you know what? We did green. Let's go for a red, a little bit of a subtle red. Maybe a stronger red, actually. And then we go to the white. So we're going to add a lot of cyan and reduce that. There's not a whole lot of whites in there, and that's all right. And then the neutrals, maybe we'll add some yellows, and we'll pull to some green. Okay, see that is a fairly strong color grade. And you can scale that back maybe 70%, right? You still have this cast that tells a color story of some form. And if you like it, that's the end of the story. You like it, that's all there is to it. But what happens is you have to, I don't want to say get over, but you need to come to terms with the idea that if you want this quote unquote true color shot, which to me looks very catalog, that's awesome. Do it. Leave the jacket and the background and the outfit mostly neutral. Do it if that's what priority is for you. But when you're color grading, don't be scared that your neutrals are becoming colored. That's the entire point. Now, little details, like I said, of masking out the outfit and then scaling back how much color it gets, these are valid things. These are absolutely valid things. But just remember that perception is hugely, hugely important. Even if you go to neutrals and pull out a bunch of color like this, pull out a bunch of yellows, so blues kind of dominate. To my eye, this still looks like a model wearing a black jacket and a black outfit. And that perception could mean something to you. In case you're thinking, but it doesn't look black. Now, let me just caveat here. If you need to make it black, like I said, because it's catalogish, or it's very important that it shows black because it's literally a catalog, that's a whole different story. But when it comes to your exploration of color in the creative sense, a lot of times we have all these deep neutrals, we get lost, we get nervous, we don't know how to interpret exactly what we want. And see that when I added all of them up almost, I added cyan, magenta, and yellow almost equally, it just neutralizes itself and adds contrast because of the additive nature. That's just color science stuff. But see, even here, very, very subtle, something like that, that is still a color grade, off and on, adding contrast as well. There's blue in the jacket, but it still comes across as black. That could mean something to you. And the same stands for white as well. Your brain will put context clues together and determine what should be white, what isn't, what might be neutral, what's not. Your brain will put those things together. And what's cool is everybody's brain is different. So you have to just not be so scared to experiment with color grading. Because if you like it, if you think this is pretty, but this is prettier, go with it. If you like, I really like this. Because as soon as you think, well, the jacket's not black anymore, you might be limiting yourself. So I hope that makes sense. It's very, very simple. A little bit abstract, not so much literally here, push this button to do this thing, but it's an idea because I do get this from students and I've had it over the years, and someone says, I start adding color and I feel like I messed up the image. Okay, your preferences, I can't tell you what your preferences should be, but I do encourage you to not be scared of adding color in a way that might be pleasing to you. And you don't have to worry, yeah, but it's not black. Same, of course, goes for an outfit color. So if her jacket was stark red, as soon as you start rolling in other colors, the red will change. And again, if we're not thinking catalog, if we're not thinking the red jacket must be perfectly red, exactly the way the product looks, if it's not that, if it's something creative, play with the color freely. You might discover something that you really, really enjoy. And like I said, do it with fearlessness. Try it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying do that. I'm saying do it with fearlessness. Explore what happens if you play with color in a way that maybe, just maybe, could be exciting to you. Okay, that's a little dark, but whatever. I can also just add something on top if I really want to. I can add it below, and that's going to affect how the colors get changed. Something like that. See, that's really strong, very, very warm, but at the same time, this looks, of course, real. This doesn't look exactly real, but to me, I still see a model wearing a neutral outfit with a red color cast. Is that beautiful? I'm not claiming that it is. I'm just saying, be a little bit more bold, a little bit more experimental. Don't worry about colors changing into other colors. Who knows what kind of expression and what kind of narrative you can come across with your color grading, even if it's subtle or even if it's really heavy. Don't worry about the perception. Literal perception is not as important as your abstract perception, what your brain thinks it sees versus what's literally there. No, that is not a neutral gray jacket now. However, it might as well be, because your brain will still process it that way, especially if you were to scale back the opacity even more. That has a nice warm tone to it, but it still looks gray. So that's just some thoughts. You have any questions or additional comments on this topic? Please leave a comment below. Always love to have this discussion.